Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Appetizer. My name is Sam Donchis, and this week we're going to be talking about Transformers: Age of Extinction. Now, as many of you know, this is the fourth Transformers film directed by Michael Bay, and he's been doing it for a while. He's almost going on a decade. He's clearly dedicated to making this series work, for better or worse. On the first episode of The Appetizer, I talked about the very first footage from this film, the TV spot, the big game spot, and now this is the teaser trailer. I still think we're a few months off from the full-on theatrical trailer, but for now, this is what we've got, so let's talk about it. This trailer starts things off pretty simple. We're in a rural setting, a farmhouse. We see a truck driving down a dirt road, and next to the road in a field is a billboard that says, "Remember Chicago." Now this obviously means that this film is in line with the first three films. In Dark of the Moon, we see Chicago get absolutely fucked up. So that is what that billboard is referring to with the report alien activity. I'll talk about that in a minute. This is clearly a very different world than the one that we saw at the end of Dark of the Moon. And while I'm on this frame, I really should say that I think this is one of the best shots that I think Michael Bay has gotten in a really long time. With the train and the rows of crops, I just think it really sets the tone for what the early parts of the film will be in its simplicity. Driving the truck is Cade Yeager, played by Mark Wahlberg. Wahlberg is playing this guy who's clearly down on his luck. He's a single father in an economy that has been completely devastated. Was it devastated by the robots? Can robots affect the economy of farmers? I don't know. These are important questions that we should all be asking ourselves. Maybe. Probably not. Cade, in his desperation, buys a beat-up old semi-truck that he wants to fix up. And clearly that's Optimus Prime, or shall I say Optimus past his prime. The tow truck pulls up in Cade's driveway, and wait, hold on a second. Is that TJ Miller? Is that big old curly head of hair TJ Miller? Hold on, let me IMDb this. It is! I can tell an actor by the back of their head. That's how good I am, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty exciting to see comedian TJ Miller in this film, although it can only be assumed that he's one of those menial characters that won't be in the entire second half of the movie, and that goes to say, why was he in the first half of the movie if he was just going to disappear? This is where we are introduced to Cade's daughter, Tessa, who is played by Nicola Peltz, and she actually played the live-action version of Katara in the Last Airbender movie by M. Night Shyamalan, and she is completely unrecognizable, but I guess that's what hot pink lipstick and a couple of trips to the tanning bed will do to you. Michael Bay, you and your old tricks. Cade is a man who's clearly just worn down by desperation and the state of his farm. We see him on his porch reflecting, with the shooting star in the background and the American flag, which is actually the first of many shots we see of the American flag in this teaser. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9! Michael Bay is gonna throw American flags in there as background noise, because what better background noise is there than Old Faithful? Is that a nickname for the American flag? Fucking I don't know. Cade, while inspecting the semi-truck, notices a big ol' bullet hole in the front, and then he opens the door to look inside, and there are these giant bullet shells falling all over the place. So Cade, who is apparently a robo-genius, decides to jumpstart the thing. And we see a bunch of flashes and noises, and we hear, "Calling all Autobots." And like a kid on Christmas, Cade says, "I think we found a Transformer." But Christmas morning is over, because here comes the fuzz. By some government form of snoopery, they find out that Optimus Prime is under Cade's own roof. And Cade has a line where he says, "There's a rule about messing with people from Texas." And I was just like, shit, man, you shouldn't have said that. That's the kind of stuff that gets your daughter pushed over onto a wagon. Just need to shut your mouth, man. And in this moment of heated tension, Optimus Prime can sense that there's trouble afoot, and he just barrels out of the barn, shooting guys, shooting humans, which apparently, I don't know the lore all that well, but Optimus Prime doesn't shoot humans. But who knows, maybe he's just incapacitating them. He is the Boy Scout of the Transformers, after all. The Boy Scout who beheads Decepticons and rips out their spines and cuts them in half with heat laser swords and all other forms of violence, because Transformers is for kids. And I couldn't get many screenshots of this next part, but I think this is one of the earlier scenes in the movie where a group of militants go into this boat yard and raid the area and kill a Autobot, or so they think. I think that's the Autobot that shows up later in the trailer with the two parachutes and the semi-automatic Uzis. Since this is the teaser trailer, it gets pretty choppy at some points. You know, we see Bumblebee next to a random Autobot. I don't know who that is. Let's just be honest here. No matter how many of these movies I see, I will never be able to distinguish one Transformer from the other. We're introduced to Stanley Tucci's character with his bomb-ass glasses, talking about how the world does not need Transformers anymore. But then, of course, is our chief conflict. These big old wheels in space. Spoke too soon, Stanley Tucci. But you know what? I really don't know what these big ships do anymore. I don't know what purpose they serve other than being evil. Oh, look. This one can suck things up. It's taking a whole boat with it. Wow. And oh no, they've captured Tessa. And now Cade, and Tessa's boyfriend, who apparently has 0 lines, has to go save her. There's an indescript Decepticon walking down a road with a big old vessel behind him, and this is the Decepticon whose face turns into a big gun and shoots Optimus Prime in the shoulder, which we saw in the first TV spot. There are a couple of pretty neat action sequences that we see. Bumblebee is riding on this Decepticon ship down a canal. He grapples onto a boat, flings it up, and uses it to destroy one of the pursuing Decepticon ships. Michael Bay is obviously no amateur when it comes to action. Does he have the best action scenes out there? No. But they are exciting, they are serviceable, and they are big. And obviously, explosions. Wait a minute, who is that? When I first watched this teaser, just all the way through, no stopping, I thought that was Megan Fox. It was so quick, I couldn't tell who it was. I guess it's the Chinese Megan Fox. This is where the trailer kind of just ramps up towards the end. We hear Stanley Tucci's character yelling, "Oh my god!" Bumblebee leaps up into the air to punch this giant twin-headed pterodactyl transformer, and then it cuts to the giant T-Rex Dinobot Grimlock running towards Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime does this crazy war cry and just bitch slaps him off to the side. And that is the end of the teaser for Transformers Age of Extinction. A few quick notes I'd like to make. I really liked where the teaser was going at the beginning with the rural setting, and it was clearly a new beginning for Optimus Prime, who somewhere in between the 3rd and 4th film decided it was not safe to just be out and about anymore, and he had to literally go inside of himself and hide. This trailer kind of nondescriptly tells us that the world is not a safe place for Transformers anymore. But from there, the trailer kind of shows us that Age of Extinction is going to be what more or less all the other Transformers films have been in the past. We don't need the Autobots anymore. We're stupid humans. But there's a conflict! Oh, well, we can handle it. Oh shit, no we can't. No, we need you, Autobots. Please help us. I mean, really? You can't do anything else with the story of giant robots? But really, I can't complain too much. The action sequences look bigger than they ever have been. We're finally getting Dinobots, which is something that longtime fans have been wanting. And they got rid of Shia LaBeouf. And there's a much more charismatic actor in his place. But really, all that matters is giant robots. So please discuss Transformers Age of Extinction in the comments below. Is this just going to be another trip down Transformers memory lane? Or do we have something really new and original on our hands? I want to hear what you guys think. So that is it for this episode of The Appetizer. Thank you for watching. You can also check out my trailer analyses for Guardians of the Galaxy and the new Godzilla trailer, both of which look pretty neat in their own ways. And if you haven't subscribed to the Film Feast yet, you can do so right here. That's been The Appetizer. Thank you for watching.